Okay. All right, so let's see. We're doing, let's see where we get to. Oh, we get to the first Fair Lady, right? So let's practice first. I'll do it with you, and I'll watch you do it, and we'll practice a couple times together. All right, prepare. Opening, 7 stars. Step back to ride the tiger. Swing it to your right hand step, push. Grab it and then stand up and open your arms. Close your arms, step, push to the right, step, thrust. Then big circle and push to the corner. Take 2 steps back and push to the corner. Turn to the right, step, stand up and chop, 2 sides separate. Then your hand comes up, pushes down, sit, step, big circle, and cut up. Then deflect up, step, 2 hands lifting up, 5-element palm. Then back and turn, point the sword to the corner. Step back, dropping it, and step, point your right toe to the right corner. Shift all your weight to the right foot, look back, keep it pointed at the corner, stand up, and throw it back. Then 1, bring your hand, look to the left corner, and bring your hand across and push out to the corner. 2, step, 1 line 2 sides towards the corner, and when you step, you go down, point the tip down. That's 2, right? 3, swing it to the left, turn left, bring your right hand in. 4, swing it behind you and step, widen it for a bow stance. And then 5, chop to the corner and ward off up and bow stance. Okay.
Oh boy. Can you do it with us again so I can follow you?
Yes, I'm going to do it again.
Okay.
Maybe Nancy, want to come out here? Maybe Nancy can come. She can help out. All right, prepare. Opening. 7 stars. Ride the tiger. Get the saber in your hand. Step. Push. Stand up. Close and step. Push to the right. Step. Thrust. Big circle up and step to the corner. Push. 2 steps. Push. Then tilt lift up the saber and then step and stand up and chop to the right. Your left knee points straight, your right foot points straight. Then bring up your left hand, push down, step, 1 line 2 sides to the straight direction, and then make a big unwrapping, open your left arm and step, and then make a bow stance, cut up, cutting. Then shift back, deflect up, bring your foot in, step out, 2 hands lifting up, step, 5-element palm, bow stance. Keep the saber pointed straight ahead and level, pretty level. Back, turn, wind blows a lotus. Back and step, and looking back along the direction of the saber, stand up and thrust. Then 1, look to the corner and push out. 2, step. Well, okay. Step and drop down the tip. Then take another step. Swing the sword to the left and bring your left arm towards your body. 4, bring it behind you and step out for a bow stance. Your arm comes back out, left arm comes back out. 5, chop, and lift up with your left arm.
Again?
Nancy, what I'll do, I'll put somebody else. I'll put, whose turn was it last time? Maybe it was, I can't remember. I think it was Rita.
It was Rita.
Okay, I'll put, you want to do it, Dee Dee? You want to be the, you want to be?
Oh, this is my first time back. I think that's a really bad idea.
Oh, okay. I'll put Kelly then.
Thank you.
If you need to see someone, you can look at Kelly. Would you need the DJ services, Nancy? Okay. All right, prepare. Opening. 7 stars. Step back, ride the tiger. Take the saber. And step and push. Strike with it. With the ring. Then back and open your toe. Stand up, open your arms. Then close your arms and step. And push to the right. Forward into the right and step. And explode. Thrust out. Keep, okay. Then lift up, shift back in big circle and push to the corner. Ichi yang, I think is how you say it. Then 2 steps and push to the corner. Left foot forward. Okay. Then shift back, turn your left toe straight and stand up and chop to the right. Okay. Then your left hand comes up and pushes down and step and cut up. This is white crane. Bow stance, bow stance. Bend your front knee. Okay. And edge of the blade up. Palm up. Yes, sorry. All right, then big circle, back, deflecting up. And step and 5-element palm. 5-element palm. Like fan through the back, kind of. Okay. All right, then back and turn to the right. But your sword's going the other direction. And then step. And then shift your weight all the way onto the right and bring it down right by your shoulder. Stand up and thrust out. Turn your hand over, the edge points down now. Palm down now, right palm down. Okay. Then push out to the corner, left corner. And then step. And then swing the sword to the left. And step. Then swing the sword behind you. And step out for a bow stance. And then lift up and chop. Stop. Okay. Okay, anybody have any questions on anything except what we did last week? Can you hear me, Nancy? Can everybody hear me? Nancy says I'm too quiet.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Well, so the middle section I got a little lost in. After the I can't remember what this is called, where you come up and then down and then you step out and push with the blade, and then there's another step where you push to the blade, push to again.
Yes,
Then I don't know the middle bit from
okay.
here. Where do you go from here?
Okay. So you can do this part. You can get to this part standing up on one leg.
Yeah.
This.
Yes.
And then this. Push. Thrust.
Okay, so that's the part I'm missing. So you do 2 pushes with the blade.
No, from here.
Yes, you do.
From here.
She's not talking about that. She's talking
And
about
step. And then push forward to the right. And then step and bring it in. and thrust. Okay, do that one. You don't know that one, right?
Well, not very well. Yeah.
Okay, so stand up, stand on one leg, close your arms, oops, and step. Right foot forward. Push forward and turn to the right. Step and bring your left hand across and your right hand by your ribs. Like this. Like from here, look. Like this. Both hands go to the left. And step there. And then thrust, explode out. Push out, thrust out, push with your back leg, thrust. Okay.
So when you thrust, do you usually have the blade flat?
Yes.
And of course, when you chop, the blade is down.
When you chop,
Down.
and you're using the edge, so the edge is that direction. So if you chop, then it's down. But we call this a standing. This is flat.
Oh, right.
Standing. Okay, so when you chop, it's going to be standing. When you do other things, it's I guess anyway. You use the
But
edge.
there are times when the blade will be inside and times when it will be outside, right?
Usually
I would
outside.
say that when you thrust palm up always. Okay, palm up.
With the blade in?
The blade will point in just because you're palm up, right? So
Oh,
you
okay.
palm up, and you don't change how you're holding the saber. So
Okay.
so palm up. We don't thrust with it palm down.
Okay.
We might kind of like do a chop, kind of a chopping kind of thing, and have your palm down. And you do that like this, but
We don't do that.
thrusting is palm up.
Okay.
Slicing, going to the right would be palm down. Going to the left would be palm up. Okay.
Okay.
But that basically just keeps the edge out, right? So that's just how it has to work. So, all right, let me see you do that one then. From standing on one leg,
Are we facing 9 o'clock or 12 o'clock?
9 o'clock. You're standing on your left leg with your right leg up. Then you close, touch your wrist with your palm. Step, one line, two sides. Go forward, push forward, turn right. Point it straight, point straight ahead now. Then step and bring your hands to the right places. Higher, Maria. Higher, there you go. And then thrust. Bow stance, thrust out.
So step and then thrust, of course, right?
Yeah, you have to step before you thrust.
Okay.
You can talk to Nancy because I can only see so much.
Okay, thank you. I'll keep reviewing the videos.
Okay, and you've got Kelly.
Yeah, yeah.
Kelly's available. Okay. Any other questions on something besides last week? We're going to review what we did last week. But if you anything else, Nancy? You see anything? Okay. Okay. So we'll review what we did last week. From here, then one was, I'm going to put my leg down. One is to look and then push out to the corner. So one, look, push. Okay, back one. Two is step, and when you go down, I guess, drop your tip. Step. Three is another step, one line, two sides. Your toes point to the straight direction. You're stepping along the diagonal. Four, circle it behind you. Five, chop. We
I
practice
do have
that.
another question about stepping, and in your video, you said that you step with your foot flat, you don't do the graduated rolling steps that we do in the hand form.
That's right.
So when you're
Well, we don't-
stepping out to do, say, your empty stance, you just go right into the foot? Just,
You quickly go heel ball toe. You still do heel ball
Okay.
toe, but
okay,
you don't go heel ball toe, because we
Can't see
don't.
your
So
feet, Michael.
can't hear you, Nancy.
Can't see your feet because you're too far
So we
forward.
want to go more like this. Feet, hit, step.
okay,
and then
okay,
hit. So you still touch with your heel first,
okay,
but you don't hold your foot up. What we do in the hand form, we basically hold our foot up and then like relax our ankle, or however we do that. We relax it and let your foot come down. We don't do it that way. So right away when you touch, heel ball toe, boom. So it's more like, but it's not all together flat footed or stop, your whole foot touching it at once.
okay.
It's still heel first.
All right, thank you.
Okay, and that's for both weapons. You're like that. All right, let me see you do it. So from pushing back here, maybe I'll just watch you guys do it. That you don't need to call it, I don't think. I'll just watch you do it. Nancy also is watching, so you have somebody to impress. On your own, go.
Left arm.
You go. Okay. Nancy, focus on Kelly, then Denise can see somebody. If you have to see somebody. Can you see everyone, Denise? I don't know.
Everybody's looking at me.
All right, so stop. All right, so can everybody see me? I think you should be able to see
Yes,
me and Kelly together. Is that right? At least if you can't see everyone.
yes,
All right, so this is how we're going to swing it around our head. Remember, it's going to be pointed down like this, hanging down. Then we're going to bring it counterclockwise and then behind us, and then we're going to chop. Okay, so if we do it separately, this is my line I'm going to be stepping on. I'm going to shift, and I'm going to step with my right foot, and I'm going to bring it here straight a little bit past my line that I'm stepping on. Okay, to the left of the line a little. Okay, and then I'm going to take another step and bring it behind me. Okay, so this is the arm by itself making a whole circle. Okay, one whole circle over your head. So hopefully you can do that by itself. Okay, if you can't do that, then it'll be hard to do it with the footwork. Okay, so just circle it around. Okay, circle it around and try to make it high enough. Right, the first try, you don't have to have a hop. Don't make it low and then hop over your head. So it is a little bit tilted circle. Okay. Okay. Then your left hand, this is the hands. The left hand, when you go to the left for this step and bring it to the left, your body's going to go in, see this, towards your left arm. Your left arm is going to be on your body, basically. So when it gets to the left, you're like this, and your left arm is totally out of the way. You can't leave it sticking out, okay, and try not to hit your hand. Okay, so you're gonna go to the left, it's gonna be in. Then when you go behind you and take another step, you're gonna turn to the right. When you turn to the right, it's just gonna come back out. So here, turn to the left, turn to the right, just like that. Okay, your arm kind of is staying in one place. Your body gets close to it, then your body goes away from it. Your shoulder gets close to it, your right shoulder goes away from it. That's basically what goes on. Your arm kind of stays in one place. When you're here, it's sticking out this way. Then the ward off part is just like this, up. Okay, it's from there, lift up. If you have it close to you all the time, then you might do this and it's got to go up close to your body and up. So that's not right. And you also don't need to go like out and up because it's already out. So it goes in, close to your body, and that's when you step with your right foot. Then you take your step with your left foot, it comes back out, and then you go in your pose stance, lift up. Okay, so that's the left arm. So together, then it's like this. You push out first, remember? To the left, to the right, behind you on the right side, and then chop and lift up.
When you start your chop, are you trying to keep your, do you start from your blade pretty high? Is your elbow, I mean, your
No.
hand?
When it goes behind you, it's like this. So I would say my elbow is kind of left shoulder height.
Okay,
So not up here,
okay,
just here. That's how we usually chop with the sword. It's just kind of a channel, it's over your shoulder. Right? And you can be relaxed, kind of relax your wrist. Okay, so it's not holding it really tightly. But this would be, it's not on your shoulder. It doesn't feel like holding up at all. You have to hold up some. And so it's just about there. That's fine. Just above your shoulder. It's fine. Then you chop with your body turning and throwing it down, basically. Chop. And then chop. When you're done chopping, it's a 90-degree angle with your wrist. The blade's about 45 degree. Your arm is about 45-degree angle. Okay. So like here, and then chop. Chop.
okay.
If you can feel this, if you could feel this, relaxed in your hand, in your wrist, okay? Relaxed, then chop and here, and then right about here, grab it. And at the end, it makes it go a little bit of a, well, there's some stopping, but there's also some finishing. So if I went like this, just like that is not chopping, right? It needs to end up here. So there's a little bit of something right there. Chop. That means when you're doing it, like if you're going to chop something in half, like chopping wood, for instance, you swing the axe, but when it's going to hit, you can't grab it, really. You need to like kind of hold it kind of loose, and then the weight of and the speed, the momentum of it will hit the wood that you're trying to break. And if you hold it tightly, somehow the energy can come back into you. You need to hold that loosely, and then the energy stays in the head. Okay, so you need to kind of do this kind of loose, and at the end we're going to grab it and stop it. But this part needs to be kind of loose. Okay, kind of loose. So if it looks like this, try to put a little bit more energy into it, just loosely. Okay. Later, this one we don't do it this way. In the sword, it looks different. In the sword, we make it straight with our arm. Okay, that would be a chop in the sword. And there's an extra little thing we have to do in it to do that. But we don't do that for the saber. So, okay. Well, let me see you do it now. From here, and then taking the 3 steps and chop. On your own, do it. Nancy and I will watch you.
Yeah.
Look and push, then step, and then circle to the one and step, and then circle behind you and step, and chop. At the end, your hand is over your head like white crane. Spreads its wings. Well, not in the saber white crane, but the hand form white crane. Here, or Okay, 90-degree angle, Marion, with the, at your wrist, at your hand. Okay, Rita. Bow stance at the end, Denise. Okay, so Denise, after you push out like this, I'll do it this direction. Then we're going to tilt it down, but our arm is still going to stay up, like shoulder height, okay? Then you're going to swing it, and it's going to stay at least shoulder height. Then when you bring it back, it needs to come up some to be higher than your head, okay? So you're dropping it at this point, and it's like too low. So it doesn't swing down here. It needs to swing shoulder, unless you have a problem with your shoulder, and you can't. If anything, remind you guys, I can feel something in my shoulder since I've been doing the saber. Okay, so if your shoulders hurt and it hurts to do the weapon, then either just do it with your hand or get a stick that doesn't weigh very much. These kind of weigh something, it might weigh something, and you're not used to it. Don't hurt yourself. Is that okay? That's a collapsible one. But still it weighs something. Anyway, don't hurt yourself. If you are hurting yourself, I want you to stop, okay, and do something differently till it doesn't hurt. Okay, so on your own, and if you have any questions, go ahead and interrupt me. Go ahead, Nancy. Left foot forward at the end, Denise. Left bow stance at the end.
It's not going in the right
Okay,
direction.
Yali. Left bow stance at the end, Denise. Oh, here Nancy wants to show something. Here she comes.
No, move.
What do you?
Okay, some of your footwork is not right. Okay, so what do I mean by that? You're like, can you go to the camera?
Oh,
Let's see. You're like, what's a good way to? Oh. You're like this, we're to the corner, right? Okay. Can you point down at my feet?
it is.
Okay, so your first step needs to be in front of your right foot, going to the straight direction.
Well, to the corner.
But not crossing it. I mean, like,
Right, okay, so. Okay, so my right foot is at the corner, correct? So when I step, I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna step. I want you to make sure you're in front of your left toe. And your left foot, I'm sorry, in front of your right toe, and your left foot points to 12 o'clock.
so step into the right, put your weight into the right leg, in other words, right knee.
No, okay.
Oh,
All right, so my right foot is at the corner. And I'm standing up, I'm standing up like this, right? So my left knee is pointing towards the 3 o'clock direction. I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna step, and I need for you to make sure that your left heel is in front of your right toe and your left foot is pointing to the 12 o'clock direction. Then you're gonna move your weight forward, and we're gonna step out with the right heel. When you step out with the right heel, the right foot needs to be in front of the left heel pointing at 3 o'clock. Then move your weight forward and go to your bow stance. So what some of you guys are doing, okay. If we look at step up, parry, block, and punch, and say, for instance, I cross my feet, and then I go like this, I'm not going to reach my opponent. My opponent is over here. I'm not reaching my opponent, okay? If for instance, when I'm doing step up, parry, block, and punch, and I step wider, and then I go into my bow stance, I'm on this side of my opponent now. My opponent is here. So we have to make a straight line. okay, a straight line to our opponent, okay? That's what we're doing with this specific movement when we're, you know, we gotta go this direction. When we're like this. Hold on. Okay. So I just got through doing this movement. So I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna step, and I'm gonna step ahead of my right toe with my left foot pointing to the straight 12 o'clock direction. I step, now I'm ahead of my left heel is above my right toes, and I'm at 3 o'clock. Can't see. I'm at 3 o'clock. Then I go into my bow stance. So we're making a direct line to the corner. Okay, so if I start off like this, I'm going to step, step, step. Okay, so I need for you to pay attention to how you're stepping, because some of your footwork, you're going off angle. So for instance, if I'm like this and I step like this, and then I step like this, then my angle's not right. Okay, so let's try this together, just the footwork. Okay, so here we are, we've done this thrusting. We actually are at the corner. Okay, so the right foot should be at a corner, your saber should be at the back corner. Okay, we're gonna sit and we're gonna step, and the left foot now is ahead of the right foot, and the left foot is pointing straight. Move weight forward, step ahead of your left foot with the right foot pointing straight to 3 o'clock. Then step into your bow stance. Okay, all right, let's try it again. Okay, step, 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 bow stance.
Feels a little like I'm twisting my legs with the very first step.
Okay. All right, so let's try it with your saber. Okay, so we're like this, right? Okay, so we're going to turn and then we're going to go into this leaves hiding in the bush or whatever. Okay, so we're like this. So my right foot is pointing to the corner, the back corner. My saber is pointing to the other back corner. Sit, step. Get your saber, step in front. Step, chop. Okay, all right, so every stop. Okay, you know when we do fair lady work shells in the regular hand form? And we're in a bow stance, right? And we move weight and we turn. And we move our weight and when we pick up this right foot, this foot, I have to step in front of my left foot. That's what we're doing here. When we're like this, I have to step in front of my right toes, in front of my left toes, go into my bow stance.
Okay.
Okay, so the footwork is similar, it's just we're taking extra steps. Hi, Dee Dee, you're muted.
Yeah, I'm confused by when you talk about the toes, because I was assuming, and this may not be right. So I'm off here to this corner, right? And then I've been stepping like this, and it's like my heels are on the line. Is that not right? Heel, 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 and then bow step. I don't think about my toes. I think about a line
Mhm.
Yeah.
that starts, because my toe is way over here. So I kind of think about it between my heels, but I don't know. Is that
Aditi's got the visual. She's got the visual aid.
Yeah, okay, so, okay. The point that I'm trying to make is if we're like this, okay, I don't want you stepping like this. Now your feet are kind of crossed.
Right.
I don't want you stepping like this because now your feet are crossed. See? So what I want you to make sure you're doing when you step is to step in front of your other foot. Okay, so Michael's
Edie
shaking.
has the visual, so
Okay.
it's a diagonal line,
It
and
is a
you step
diagonal
along the diagonal line.
Yes, but so don't cross your feet.
Right. So here,
Oh.
so I'm here, and then I step here, and
No.
then I step here,
Yes,
right?
I guess
And then I
Yes.
step here.
yes, that's right.
Thank
Yes.
you. Okay, I just was getting confused. All right.
So one line, two sides to the corner.
Yes,
Thank you.
one line, two sides, line to the corner.
Yes, just make sure you don't cross your feet.
Well, if you do one line, two sides, you won't cross your feet. All right, so anybody have any, can you do it now? Who cannot do it? Raise your hand. Denise,
Okay, try it again.
yeah, try it, try it on your own a few more times. And I'll call it for Denise. So look and push out to the corner. Push out and then
See?
step. And then keep your hand up high, remember? And then step for bow stance. Okay, so Denise, remember this part is that if you chop, then you're gonna roll your arm and point the sword down, the saber down. Yeah, like that, okay? Then you're gonna bring it across, keeping it high, don't drop it low. And then then get it behind you. I just want you to see okay, and then step out now, one more time, and then chop. Okay. All right, do it again. Point the sword down and we'll push out, point the sword down, step, then take it up. While you take your step, there you go. Then when you take another step, bring it behind you then. And then chop. Okay, so the sword goes in with the stepping like this. So you chop over here and then you push and then you go down. You take, and then now you touch the floor and you point your tip down. With your taking your next step, swing the sword in front of you and a little bit to the left, but in front. Then with taking your next step, put the sword behind you. Okay, that's a half of a circle each. Then with bending your knee, chop and lift up. Again.
Not right.
Okay. From here, you look and push. Okay, hold on. You look and push. Then step and point your tip down. Tip down first, okay? When you swing it in front, you take a step with that. Okay, now it's in front now. Then when you take another step, swing it behind you. And now with bending your knee, chop.
That's right, Marion.
Okay, Denise, all right?
You're muted,
Are you saying you had enough, Denise? I can't hear you.
You're muted, Denise.
She's saying good. So I think she's saying okay. All right, so you can go back and look at the video some more if you, but you kind of have it there. But I don't want you to lose it. So practice it some more. Okay. All right. All right, so let's go on. That's the review of last time, and we will practice it some more, right? Okay, you can hear you now if you want to say something, Denise. You want to say something, Denise?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Move on.
All right. All right. So this is what we're going to do now. I'm over here chopping here, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna do, the first thing we're gonna do, I'll show it to you, and in the right configuration, and then we'll learn how to do it. There's only 3 things we're gonna do. We're gonna do them like 3 or 4 times. So the first thing is to go like this, and we're gonna push the sword forward.
Can you move forward?
Just point this thing at me.
I can't get all your feet in.
It's
Michael.
fine, it's fine. Just make the sword visible. Then we're gonna go back and turn. We're gonna go back and step. And then we're gonna slash and strike. That's the second thing. Then the third thing is, we're going to make a circle and thrust up to the corner. So those 3 things. Push, turn and slash, thrust up. Okay, and we're gonna do those. Edie says turn the spotlight out.
Oh.
We're gonna do those multiple times. So let's look at the first one. The first one, I'll do this direction. The first one is push
You're not like that.
from here. We're gonna go like this. We're going to drop our left arm. We're gonna lift the handle and drop the tip. We're gonna touch at the 1/3 mark of the saber, of the blade, okay? We're gonna touch that in the middle of our forearm. And we're gonna bring our foot in. Then we're gonna step out for a bow stance. And going forward, we're going to push. And this is like the Ichi-yang thing, where it was like this. It's the same 1/3 point on the blade. And we went like this and we went push, okay? So it's the same, only instead of using your palm and using on, which is the energy for push, okay? We're going to use G, which is the energy for press, okay? We're going to use our arm to do it instead of our hand, okay? So it's very similar to what we did, where we did 2 steps, right? We went over here like this and we went push, then we took 2 steps and we did push, okay? It's very similar, only we're going to use our arm to do it, okay? So can everybody see how to do that? Put the blade, the 1/3 mark from the tip, and put it on the middle of your forearm. Get it close to your body. We just do it standing up. And then, and have the blade be at about, see, about a 45-degree angle, not too flat, 45-degree angle. And then both of them go out together. Push.
Ward off with your left arm. Have your left arm in ward off shape.
Push. At the end, it's in a ward-off shape. Like this from the side seam. Oops. Okay, so like this, with everything, it's like that. Push. And so my right hand is a little higher than my shoulder, and I'm touching at the 1/3 point, and I have a 45-degree angle, and it would be just about the same, see, with 2 hands. Just use your arm. Maybe it can't go out as far, because I can't reach it. So it doesn't go out exactly as far.
Is your hand farther than the sword? Is it sticking out?
No, your hand, okay, so you want to do it like this. You want to do press and you're pushing it into them. It needs to be the part sticking out, right? So your hand has to be, it's hard to see over here. Your hand has to be like in. You're sticking your arm out. Just like when we do press, you go do press, right? It has to be like this. Your hand has to be in so the arm can stick out, right? The thing that you're touching them with is the thing that has to stick out the most. So press, and it has to be, tuck your hand in to do it, okay? Yes, And so feel like this level push. It isn't from down to up, lifting. It's from back to forward, pushing, okay? Just, that's it, straightforward. From back to forward, okay? From back to forward. Push. And if you could, yeah, go into your left bow stance, push. Everything together, push. Okay, push. All right. So that's the thing we're going to do. But to get there, how do we get there? We have to get there from here. So we're going to go like this. We're going to turn the saber and bring it in. We're going to drop our left arm and connect. And that's as we go back. So from here, going back, step, press, or push. I'll say push. Okay, so from here, back, push. So it'll take a little bit of practice, right? It'll take some practice to be able to get it on your arm as you're bringing it back. And then when you touch the ground for stepping, then you push it forward. It'll be easy to go bam and bounce it off your arm. We need to come together and not bounce off of our arm, okay? So turn it and get it onto your arm, push. If we do it without stepping, turn it, get it together, push, okay? Turn it up, push. So you try that. Try it, I guess, without the footwork and then try it. No, there's, okay.
So Mike, you push with the upper body?
You push with your hand, you push with your arm, you push with your back leg. So like that, okay, all together. Whole body.
Yeah,
Like
because the forearm is now sticking out, so the body have to go forward.
your body's going forward because you're pushing with your back leg. Yes, your body's going forward. Your arms are going forward too, and your back leg is pushing you.
Are you facing the corner with your shoulders and your hips at
Yes.
this point? And
Yes,
because it kind of looks like,
well,
so-
you know what? You're not totally pointing at the corner. Your
okay,
body is turned. The blade has to. If I did this square, okay, the blade has to be at a right angle to the direction, okay. So it has to be square there. My body is more diagonal, okay, from here, okay. It's not square because you need to be able to be extended.
so the right arm is back a little in the front, the left arm is out a little more. When you press out or push out?
The blade, my blade is a little bit different than yours. The blade is pretty straight, right?
Yeah,
The blade has to be even. So if there's a curve, there's like a curve in it, then it should be like evenly curved. So if I would say if I'm doing it, maybe with my red saber, you can see better. You go like this and you go like this, boom. And if I turn, see how it's even. It's square to the direction. I'm going in the straight direction. It's square. It's not like this with the lower hand part sticking out. It's not like this with the right hand sticking out. It's even.
so what do we call that, perpendicular?
Well, the blade is perpendicular to the direction you're going.
Exactly,
Yes. So even. And okay, so here's another thing is when you do it, your arm has to come out. But like I said, the arm here, this point, the energy point, needs to be the thing that's in front. So it can't be like this. I could do it more if I stick my hand up. But the point of it is that you're pushing on somebody else's, probably their blade or something like that. You don't want your hand sticking out past your blade. Your blade is the thing that's like protecting you. So you can't stick it out here and then just cut your hand off. Okay. So you need your arm to stick out. It won't stick out as far. It needs to be the edge. The edge is the thing sticking out, okay, not your hand. So be careful there. Plus, if you don't have the way it contacts with the blade, the back of the blade, it needs to be kind of at a right angle too, right? It needs to be like at a right angle because otherwise, if it's like this and less than a right angle, if you push with it, you'll just scrape your skin off. Okay, so it needs to push in onto your bone, right? Not along your skin and scrape you. So this needs to be a right angle. And this needs to be like a right angle to the direction you're going.
Is
Okay,
this a defensive move?
Sorry?
Is this a defensive move? Like you're dueling swords with somebody? I mean, you're not going to cut somebody with this move.
This is not cutting. No, this is pushing. But what do you have to push somebody with? So for instance, I mean, I'm not an expert on using this, actually. So say they have their saber and they're trying to, we did it over here before, right? Two hands pushing. So if they have their blade somehow, they have their blade in front of them and you want to push them, you can't push them with your hands. They got a blade there. They can go, ugh, and then just slice you. So what do? You put your hand behind your blade and you push them with that. It's basically pushing, okay? You want to push them over, but they got a blade. You use your blade against them, okay? That's strong and hard, and it's going to protect your hands, okay? So it's pushing. That's what it is. It's not to cut them. But if it did get on their body, it might dig in a little bit while you're pushing them. That would probably help you. That'd be good for you. But it's to push them away. Okay. So, all right, so you got that? Is that easy? This is the easiest one, so I hope that's easy.
Well, it's not really easy. So it's a very small push,
Kind of like press.
kind of short
Well, you
distance.
know, I'll tell you what, if you do push hands, you don't need to move very far to put energy into somebody else. That is the beauty of it, right? So pushing, you don't have to like a big wind up and you put 2 feet of pushing against someone. You can go like this and go, okay, and your hand only moves 6 inches or something, but they like get pushed over, right? So it's going 10 inches, mine, something like that. Something like that. It's going more than 6. It's a decent sized push. Plus you're going from back to forward, right? So that's over 1 foot. It's decent. It's enough. Okay. I would say that for a real push, I'm not an expert, I'll tell you multiple times, is that you need to somehow trap them, their arms. So very often in push hands, you go like this with your hands and you push their arm against their body. Something like using a weapon, okay, like your whip. So you get their weapon out of the way against their body, they can't use it. Then you push them really with your back leg. It's like kicking the ground, but you're pushing on them, boom, okay, and it goes out and pushes them over. So it isn't this, when you really do it to somebody, you're touching them already, and then your back leg comes into action, boom, okay, and that's the thing that launches them, okay? It isn't this, right? Okay, so anyway, so this part, like that.
Seems like they would just cut off my hand.
Can you do it? Let me
Hand
see you
kind
do
of
it.
sticks out. I
Sorry?
said my hand kind of sticks out, so.
Okay, well, at the beginning, don't worry about it. But, you know, over time, try to have this shape, can you see from different angles, where your hand so it could stick out if you don't have the right angle here. If you have this part kind of flat going the direction you're going, then your hand will stick in, will be tucked in. So you want to be tucked in, okay? If it's like this and sticking out, then the angle is not right, and that's where you might scrape yourself. But for here, we're not doing it for real, so it doesn't matter that much, especially at the beginning. We'll practice and we'll improve that.
Okay.
Okay, so everybody can do that from here, shift back, press or push.
No,
Do it
no.
again. Again. Back, push.
When you step back, are you just balancing on one leg for a minute?
Yes, well, we're not stopping. So you're like
Oh,
this.
yes, yeah, but
You're
that's
like
all
this,
you're
you
doing.
go like
You're
this.
just-
Back, forward. You bring your foot in and step back out, push. So it's a kind of a technique that, well, I would say it's a technique that we practice. So the thing is, you have to be able to get, how far back can you go? This is as far back as you can go, right? If you go back this far, you can go back further if your foot was on the ground, a little bit. That's as far back as you can go, right? You can't go further, you'll fall backwards. So this
Right.
far and step back out. That's another technique, is that say that they want to like cut you in the leg, right? You're like this, they go, oh, and they go to cut your leg. You go, you bring it out of the way. But you don't bring it out of the way and stand there and try to do something. You just bring it in, put it back, then you do something, okay?
Okay,
So they swing at you, you just get it out of the way. You have to have, so it's about balance, basically, right? We can balance ourselves and then come back, okay? Just, you know, we put our weight on one foot, we put our weight on the other foot. We're doing things, okay? We're just moving around, able to move around, have our balance everywhere.
okay.
Yes, Kelly?
Is your left elbow in line with the left knee?
That's a good question. I think it is, actually. Let me think. Nancy says it is.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. We're almost out of time. Let's look at the footwork of the next part. There's 3 parts to this, I told you. So next week we'll finish all 3 parts. But the footwork is very like, this is, this movement we're doing now is still part of Fair Lady Work Shuttles. The chop was the very first part, and now we're gonna do these other parts. They're still called Fair Lady Work Shuttles. And remember, that goes to 4 corners, right, Fair Lady Work Shuttles, and you're always turning, the corners are always going like this. Fair Lady Work Shuttles in hand form, you do it to a corner, and then the next corner is that corner, and the next one is that corner, and the next one is that corner, right? So it does that also. So you turn to the right and you do it, then you turn to the left and do it, then you turn to the big turn to the right if you need to do it, right, to get 3/4 of the circle. So the footwork is like this. From here, we go like this, back and turn, point your toes straight, and then back and step, and then we do the slash. Oh, that might be very easy. That's very easy. That's just the hand form stepping, right? So the hand form stepping from this corner, back and turn, point your left toe straight, then back and step to the right corner, back corner, and both stance and close your toe. Okay. All right, so that's the stepping, which is very simple. Let's look at how to do a slash. Okay, so a slash, we did a chop so far. Chop is like this, chop, okay? Chop. Chop is breaking a firewood, okay, and splitting a log into 2. Okay, that's a chop. Cutting someone's hand off, that's a chop, all right? So slashing is using the blade to kind of slice them. You know, slicing is you have bread and you, maybe nobody does anymore, slice your bread. You slice your turkey, right? You slice it, a big, long, maybe multiple, well, for cutting turkey, but one long one, and then it cuts through it, slicing your tomatoes. Okay, that's one slice, right? So slicing is going along the edge and it cuts it. Okay, it's not a tomato, and then you push down on it, right, and chop it. It's slicing. Okay, a slash has got a little bit, it's got a slice in it. Okay, a diagonal slice for this one. And it's got a little bit of chopping. So like a little chop and slice, slashing, okay? A slash also is if you think of, say like a bear, what do they say? I forget now. Bear, they slash down or something like that. And eagles, I forget how to go. Different ones. But anyway, slashing, it's just something sharp and you drag it across and you make a big lines in it. All right, so that's kind of what you're going to do with the weapon. So what we're going to do is we're going to start like this on over our left shoulder now, before we were over our right shoulder. Over our left shoulder, and we're going to go across like that and make a big circle, do it sideways. From here, forward, and then down by our hip, our hand by our hip. And keep the tip up a little bit, so not at the end like this, tip up. So from here, and slash. Here, to the left, to the right, and down, up to down, slash. Slash. The tip doesn't come out. The tip really doesn't come out. Keep the tip back. So here the tip is back, here will be sticking out, back. Then you're using the blade. If the tip sticks out more, then you're cutting with the tip. Okay, we had this one, right, which is cutting up with the tip. That's just using the tip to cut something because the tip is sharp on both sides. But this, we want to use the blade, the middle part. So it needs to come and keep the tip out of the way. You can imagine if you touch somebody with the blade and then drag it across them, that will slice them, right? But if the tip sticks out, it more just like hits them. You know, it needs the tip, the tip needs to be back so you can slice. Okay, so slash, slash, okay, slash. All right, so let's it's 5 o'clock. Does anybody, can you spend 5 minutes? Who cannot? You're fine, okay. So look at this then. I'm touching here with my, I've done the pushing over here. I'm gonna go back and turn. I'm not gonna change anything. My hands. Then when I sit back and step, I'm gonna lift my left hand up and put it in my front of my shoulder, like for striking. I'm gonna lift it up and see, I'm touching it with the blade. It's just gonna come up. The blade is gonna come up too, a little bit, okay? I'm not gonna lift my right hand very much. I'm gonna lift the where I'm touching on the blade, okay? Just lift my hand up. And that's when I'm gonna step. Then from here, slash and strike. You know how we do fair leg work shoulder, right? Lift up and strike, right? You're like this and you go lift up, strike. So this is gonna be slash and strike. Okay? So let's try that. Without the footwork, I guess. Do the footwork if you know how. We're gonna turn and then we're gonna be like this. Then we're gonna lift our hand up. Keep your right hand in about the same place. And then we're gonna slash and strike. At the end, we want it to be by our hip and the tip is up like this, okay? Not here. So slash and it's like there, okay? All right, try it. From here, back and turn. Then back and lift your left hand and step. 2, and then 3, slash and strike. All right, again, from pushing, back and turn, then back and lift your left hand and step, and then 3, bend your knee, slash, strike.
So you keep the right arm where it starts. I mean, from the push, the first push, you keep it in the same place, but the left hand comes up,
Well, you're like this.
right?
The left hand's going to come up, but it's also going to get closer to your shoulder. Okay, so it's going to be close to your shoulder now. So the tip is going to come to the left, right? It's going to come in. And when you step, your body's moving. So look, back, I'll say this, back and turn. Now when I bring it up and I'm going to move my body to the right, I can keep the saber kind of almost in the same place. Look, I can turn away from it. Not have it move, try to keep it back. So relative to my body, when I do this, I'm kind of going like this and bring it to the left. But I'm not in space, it's just kind of like staying in one place. I'm moving away, I'm making my right arm more extended. Then I can swing it.
Okay. I was putting my arm up higher to get it like behind my head, blocking my vision, stuff like that, so.
Yeah, okay, no, right.
All right. Yeah, don't do that.
Okay, do it some more.
So Mike, you're turning from one corner 180 degree.
It's
The
more,
other corner.
it's 270 degrees. So from this corner to that corner,
Oh, okay.
that's 270 degrees, 3/4 of a circle. Okay, so from back and turn, point my toes straight, point my body straight. Then 2, sit back, lift my hand, step and keep the saber back on the left. And then 3, slash, I'm shifting, then bend my knee and close my left foot, strike.
Is your arm bent? Is your right arm bent?
You're right, when?
Well, when you finish.
At the end, okay, so you're like this, right? And I've got a little bend in it, but it's extended, can't be straight, right? A little bit, and then it's a little bit to the left.
Yes.
I move, and then when I slash, it's going to go like this, and I'm going to keep my arm the same. It's going to be the same all this way. I want you, when you slash, have your arm extended and make a big circle, the biggest circle. Don't let the tip come out. Don't let the tip come out like this, okay? Keep the tip back, just pull on the handle, keep the tip lifted. There you go. So it's like when you did the chop, keep the tip back, okay, not like that. So slash, keep the tip up.
Okay, so there's no bend in your.
You don't bend it, you don't extend it more either. This is a strong shape. This is like kind of has weakness because you can break their elbow. But when it's got a little bend in it, then it can bend, it can react, it can be wrapped and springy. Okay. So you swing it like that and you keep that little bend in it. It's Tai Chi straight. Okay.
Do you use your little finger to control that hilt so it doesn't go down? Is that what you're doing? at
No,
the
you just have to grab it. Just
Okay,
grab
just-
it, keeps it up.
You
And
just use
look,
the grab and
grab it
wrist.
grab it and wrist.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that when you pull on it, it's already in that shape right here.
Yep.
And I pull, and now it's already in the shape from here. It's already that shape. Okay. doesn't want to come out like that, then you have to relax this for that to happen. Don't relax this muscle here. Keep it pulling, holding it up. Okay, so
Okay.
pull on it and pull it towards your hip, side of your hip. Let me see this.
Can we see the footwork again? After you
The
turn,
footwork is the same. As,
after you turn the left, what do you do with the right foot?
the footwork is the same as the hand form Fair Lady Work shuttles. It's the same. So from here, can you see back and turn?
Yeah.
Point my left toe, my back toe straight. Then shift back, bring my right foot in and step, heel, point for the corner, ball toe, shift and close my back foot. Both
Okay.
hands. That's just the same as the hand form.
I can't do it.
You can't do the footwork?
No, what do you do after you turn the left? What do you do with the right foot?
Look, here's the footwork. Look, from the hand form, the footwork. Back and push down. Turn, point your toes straight, body straight.
Okay,
Back and circle your hands and step. Ward off, strike, close the back foot.
okay.
Okay, I got it.
It's the same.
So we need to get our left arm into the shoulder to be the strike.
Yes.
Can you show us the next corner so we can,
No.
I can practice? Oh.
No, we're not gonna do that.
Okay,
Each of these have taken me 15 minutes, it looks like. So,
okay, so just practice this,
yeah, just these two parts.
okay,
And the next one is pretty simple.
okay.
If you've done, yes,
Michael, when you're turning to, you're bringing your arm, your left arm up,
yes,
you're flattening it, you turn it, you bring it in.
you have to lift it. You have to lift your palm.
Okay, so you're come in like this,
No, you're like this.
okay.
And then when it comes up, you need to lift your palm. But it's still kind of on the,
Inside.
it's on the inside of the,
So where is the sword then? It's
it's on
just
the-
lying
all right,
on the
look at-
forearm
it's
still.
on the okay, you're like this, push, right? Then you back and you turn. It's on the inside because you're not bringing your hand in, just your arm is coming in. So there's room in here for your hand.
Oh, okay.
Your right hand in sticking out.
Is your sword balancing sort of on your arm at this point still?
You have to lift your palm. Oh, it's touching there. I don't know about balancing, but you're touching it. You're holding it in one hand, it's touching with the other. Okay,
Okay.
at the other
I'm
point.
just wondering, like, when you are slashing,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, this seems like I don't have a clean.
Okay, so I'll show you slashing again. I need you guys to practice the slashing. The
Yeah.
slashing, this is not slashing. I have to lift this up. This is not slashing. That's something, that looks a lot like our chop, before I told you that wasn't chopping either. This is not chopping, and this is also not slashing. This isn't anything. We don't do that. Okay, the chopping looks like this. You pull on the handle and then chop, basically. That's for the sword. For the saber, chop, okay? Pull the handle, chop. Slashing looks like pull the handle, keep the tip back. That's slashing, a big circle, okay? Making a big curve with it. But the tip can't come out, then it's not, okay, we do have that in the sword especially. Okay, we have it where the tip sticks out and you bring it across like this. That's cutting with the tip. Like you might want to try to cut somebody in the eye or cut somebody in the neck or something like that. Okay, so we do have it, but that's not this, all right? So this is using the middle of the blade to try to get on their body and cut a diagonal slash into, gash into, okay? So maybe what is slashing? Is that like slice and gash? I don't know. Is that how you get slash? I think slashing is a regular word. Slashing. So slash. Don't bend your elbow. Don't start with your elbow bending and then open your arm. Keep your elbow the same all the way around. And the direction of the handle, okay, is out, 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 and then down, okay? Don't bring it this way. It goes in the direction of the ring, okay? It travels that way, that way. You're pulling on the handle. Pull towards this end of it, okay? So thrusting is pushing on the handle this direction. That's what we can do basically with the weapons. We can pull on the handle. We can pull this direction for chopping, or this for chopping, or we can push down if we want the tip to come out. We don't do that in the saber. And we pull on it. That's about it. We don't use our wrist and do this kind of thing. We do that. Oh no, I'm totally wrong, right? We do it right here. There's a little bit of wrist, okay, a little bit, but there's like kind of pushing it forward and then some momentum, kind of to swing it up. But we don't. This is really so weak, right? This isn't anything. So you don't want to try to fight somebody like this. Okay, that isn't anything. We're going to use our whole body behind the weapon, our whole body. Okay, so if we're pulling, we're also turning that direction. So when we go here and do the slash, look, I go this direction. I'm turning to the right, big circle, slash. I hold my whole body swinging my arm and the saber. Okay, a whole body movement. So that's what the weapons are good for, especially getting more of our whole body energy going, right? You could feel. Now I'll tell you something before we stop. After I learned this next one, we're not going to do it today, but this next one looks like this: a circle and then throw it up. Okay, and that's in the sword also. After I learned that movement, then I understood the hand form movement for the knee brush. The knee brush is like this, and then it's like this, okay? Because I had to use my body to do that. So then the hand form, you need to use your body to do that too. It isn't just put it there. It isn't just put it here. It's make a circle, make it big. When it's big enough, extended enough, then your body energy can get to here. If you bend your elbow too much, then you can't get any energy here. You extend it enough, your body is moving it. Okay. All right, so we'll stop here.
That's really interesting.
Well, hopefully, when you learn things by your practice, like I just told you, I had something I learned just by doing the weapons. And then I went and asked Master Yang, and he said, yes. And so you come to me and say, I learned this. I go, good. And then that's a lot of praise for me. Okay. So. All right, so we'll stop here. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
And practice later today if you can, and tomorrow, and then you'll have it. But look at the video if you have to, or go to Kelly's class. Kelly's doing a good job on Thursdays.
I have some catching up to do.
All right.
Hey, where are we on the poem? Are we at number 7 or 8?
I don't know. This is
Because there's 13, right? There's 13.
yeah. Nancy's not here at the moment.
Oh, okay.
No, that's still 7.
We're on line 7.
Yeah, it's still 7.
Okay, so we're more than halfway done.
I thought for a
Yeah.
minute you said we're in the asylum.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, we make
okey-dokey.
13 is a small number, right?
Actually, we're on 6.
On
Oh,
6.
no.
Yeah, that's right, 6.
We're on 6.
Yeah, because it says 8 different ways, so.
Okay, 8 different ways.
Yeah, 6.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
Fair Lady. But it doesn't say Fair Lady, right? What does it say?
It says Fair Lady.
Oh, it does. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or Fair
It
Maiden.
says Fair Lady. Yeah.
All right, so it's right there.
No, it's Treasured Maidens.
Treasured Maidens.
Treasure the maidens.
Okay.
Well,
Thanks, Mike.
So we're going to be maiden defenders. Is that it?
So we're almost halfway done. We're about halfway done. Okay.
except that there's a lot of moves with this one line.
Well, that's true.
Yes.
No, but the thing is, there's only 3 parts, and we learned 2 of them already, right? And so after you get the third one, which is also easy, then you just do it like 4 times or something. So maybe 5.
Oh, it's really fun. I love all the full body movement. It's freeing to kind of like actually lunge and push at something,
Oh, great.
Yeah, I
that's
like
good.
that.
That's right. So it is good for your energy you can feel putting energy into something. Instead
Yes.
of move your hands around, you have to imagine doing things.
Yeah,
With
there's,
hands, that you have someone to do it against.
I definitely feel more energy flowing in the
Oh,
body.
great. Well,
Yeah.
great. Well, you practice more and then like write me something. I'll put it on the website so everybody can benefit from it, okay? All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Mikey.
Everyone.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
You too.
Thank you, guys.
Thank